Gamers. Welcome back to another Tuesday night stream. It's me, your boy, JTV Live, your one safe space from the election, because other than that, that will be the only time we're bringing it up. I hope that all of you who can vote went and voted, and all of you who cannot stayed home. And for all of you people watching outside the USA, welcome, and I envy you. Anyway, we're gonna be playing some Planet Coaster. What's up, Ultra Beast, and what is up, Crazy Emma? Welcome. I hope your guys' week is off to a good start. Mine definitely is, because I have a lot to look forward to. Tomorrow, Planet Coaster 2 finally comes out. Unfortunately, I am not cool enough to get early access, so I had to wait like a normie. So we are going to be giving a last goodbye to our favorite game, Planet Coaster 1. I'm in the menus right now because there's a few parks I want to show off, and then I have a fun idea for maybe like a quick mini project before we say goodbye to this game. Oh no, you're still sick, Emma? I'm sorry about that. That's a bummer. I need to limit my guests because the frame rate, my park is too popular, just straight up. So many people want to come visit it. As you can see, there's 6,100 guests in the park, and the computer is not a fan. It's not a fan of that. But this is the last park that I built in this game. And what essentially that means is this is the last park that I started and finished. I've started a few more parks since this one, but none of those are close to being finished. Whereas this one, I'm quite content at calling it pretty much done. I downloaded this map with like the landscaping and this train in Center Plaza here off of the Steam Workshop, so I do not take credit for this. But everything else, pretty much a lot of the forestry work and a lot of the rock work and stuff, I handled, and obviously all of the coasters. So this one, I kind of went with like a rustic sort of theme. I'll turn it to daytime so you can actually kind of see. Although this is a good, not 89.8. We don't want it to be 89. No, be 8 p.m. Okay. We want that to be a.m. But as you can see, it's all pretty well lit. I spent a lot of time going through. I forgot this path section, but we won't talk about that. It's kind of late to fix it at this point, but it's fine. We'll change it to daytime. So I did this landscaping here. I made a little fountain for this entry plaza. I really like theme parks that are like in the woods. Like stuff like Silver Dollar City, Dollywood. I'm a big fan of that. So I knew that if I was to make a final park in this game, it would have to be kind of like rustic themed. So there's 3 major lands to this park. There's this main like generic sort of forestry area here. And you can see I put a lot of shops. Most of these buildings are downloaded. So don't think like I am so bad at building actual buildings. But I need my coasters to have a good location. So it's a fine balance to walk. It's going to be an interesting challenge because there's not going to be as many blueprints to download with Planet Coaster 2. So tomorrow I'll probably be spending a lot of time actually building buildings. Thank you so much. I'm glad you like it, Ultra Beast. I'm very happy with how it came out. Here we got this octopus ride here. I downloaded this skin. But all of this landscaping and a lot of this fence work and stuff, I did. Then obviously we got this roller coaster here. Then after coming to this first area, we have this oops. I wish there were more camera options in this game. But I guess it's a little late for that, isn't it? We have this bridge here. And I got this fountain blueprint that I really liked. It's a nice little addition here as people walk by. And also add some nice music to the second half of this floorless coaster. Then over here we have this little mini eatery before you get into the this is sort of like a middle section. It's kind of like transitioning from the more like alpine rustic into more of like a middle, more of like a generic American rustic here with some of these buildings. You see we have the motorbike roller coaster. And I wanted it to kind of look like a train trestle, so I went and put these supports underneath it just to add a little flair to it. Make it a bit more visually interesting. And then over there we have a dive coaster. But following the main pathway here, just kind of like a long straightaway. Got this wooden roller coaster here to the side that wraps around this little mini mountain here. And this is the second major area. I kind of went with like a Western theme because what says rustic quite like Western. So we have this kind of like I kind of went with like a mid Western, I guess, like a kind of like a west. Yeah, I don't know, more of like closer to the Rocky Mountains than like desert kind of Western, if that makes sense. If you've played Red Dead, I went for more of like a New Hanover strawberry kind of vibe. And then coming this way, we have this beautiful little section over here, and then this is the medieval section. I love building medieval sections, so I knew my last park also had a medieval section. It had to have a medieval section. And then this circles back into kind of like back into like the sort of Bavarian sort of style with a bit more of like some fantasy touches here and there. And you probably can't hear it super well on stream, but I did go and add music through a lot of these areas to kind of fit the theme as well. But yeah, that's the park itself. So with all of that, let's get into the fun part. Which is the roller coasters. I am very happy with how a lot of the roller coasters in this park turned out. I went into this build knowing that it would be my final park, so I made sure to like try to do things as best as I could. So we'll start off with this B&M floorless coaster here called Les Magnifiques. It's a little like kind of like a French Alps kind of vibe. Dive underneath the exit path. Just do a little bit of curves through the woods, add some flair. And then a lift hill up into the mountains. Gives some nice... If we were on that side, it gives some nice views of the lake as you're coming up around here. A pretty standard floorless drop into a little cave. You got the classic vertical loop directly into a cobra roll right along the lake edge here. You dive back up the cliff face into a 0G roll. And you got this little dive into another 0G roll. And then surprise 0G roll. A little overbank over the rocks there. And then mid-course brake run. Slows you down a bit. And then a drop off the cliff face. I'm a big fan of terrain coasters. So I'm very excited to be doing that some more. And I got a corkscrew here into a little pit there with a 0G roll. And a nice little tunnel back into the main station. So that is the first coaster. That is Les Magnifiques, the B&M floorless ride. As you can see, a lot of people are a big fan of this one. You can see them bouncing for joy. But I think we'll continue on this way. And we'll go over to this is a... I can't remember if it's a Giga or a Hyper coaster. I need to look at the stats. Biggest drop 227. It is a hyper coaster. It is called Helios. So we'll go ahead and start here in this station. And I'll fast forward to get to the good part. Oh, it's auto saving. I was like, why is it freezing? Okay, there we go. So we got here, it's a launch lift hill. Mainly just because I really like this track design that comes with this power looper coaster model. This one offers great view of the rest of the park and the lake as well. Coming over the first drop, right over top of the train, into a sideways airtime hill. Big fan of those. And then you got this bank turn right next to the train. And then a bit of a helix over top of this lake here. You got a nice classic airtime hill coming by the medieval village. Then there's a little double up into a double heartline roll. Well, I guess it's like a heartline roll and whatever that second thing was. Definitely wasn't a heartline roll. We got this mid-course brake run. And then a twisted dive down into the second half. Got a little low to the ground airtime hill. Sharp bank to the right. Step up onto this cliff face. And then a tight turn around the entrance of the park. And then a banked twisted dive. Do a little circle around the fountain there. Nice jump over the buildings into a final helix. And a little pop of airtime as you go down into the station over top of the bumper cars ride, which adds a little fun flair to the bumper cars. You know, if you're riding around, you see a roller coaster passing above you. I love roller coasters that like interact with buildings and like other like rides and stuff. So you'll see a lot of that in my parks. But we'll go ahead and continue down this pathway here into the medieval section. And going a bit more in depth here, we can see we have a lot of shops, and there's actually 2 coasters here. So we've got this hyper coaster over here, and then this one right here. This is a hydraulic launch coaster. But yeah, we got this little picnic area here with some more shops. One of these rides, I forget what they're called, Hyperspin. Hyperspin 1. So, yeah, I'm a big fan of medieval theming. So, hopefully, I'll be able to do that in Planet Coaster 2. But this one has a crazy launch. Because it's not that long right here. But I believe it goes up to 70 miles an hour is the max speed. But, go ahead, you'll see it. Yeah, this thing rockets you. Max speed, yeah, 73. So this one's called Tavern Blaster to kind of fit in with the medieval theming. Oops. We'll go ahead and hop right in here. If you guys have any questions or want to see, like, have a closer look at something, just let me know in the chat, and I'll gladly circle back around and focus some extra time on something if you guys want to see anything. But we got the first launch into a nice classic top hat here. Beautiful views of the park. Up to this overbank turn that's almost an inversion, and then a little barrel roll here. Up to this twist, and upside down like this, into a little dive loop with a little speed hill, and then up into the mid-course brake run. And we dive down to a tight right turn into a nice little airtime hill, and then a little double down to give you an extra little pop before this kind of slow 0G roll, and then a dive right over that, or a bank turn right over the dive loop, bank turn over the launch, one last little bunny hill, and then another little bunny hill, and then a tight turnaround back into the final brake run. I'm pretty happy with how this one turned out. I usually like to go crazy with launches, so this one I like specifically wanted to challenge myself to build a roller coaster that only had one launch. Pretty much everything I do is a multi-launch, so that was a fun little test. But moving on from the medieval into this sort of middle portion between medieval and western, we've got this amazing little hypercoaster here called Cliff Racer. Technically, it's a steel topper track, but I like the noises, I like the like the vibe, and I like the train design of the steel topper model in this game more than the like legitimate hypercoaster model, like with the iBox track. So typically, I like to build using the steel topper instead of the iBox. Especially with like the rustic vibe of this park that I'm kind of going with as like the overall overarching theme. It fits a lot better with that. This one has great views of the western section there. And a bit over the mountain. Steep drop into an outer bank wave turn. And then into a dive loop. We'll double up into a wave turn. And then, of course, you gotta have the 0G stall. Down below the train tracks. And then a nice twisted upwards into the mid-course. And a little bit of a twisted drop into an overbanked here. And a 0G roll over the train tracks. A little bit of curve, a little airtime hill over the station. Dive, and then one last airtime hill into a little turner, almost like a helix, I guess, into the final brake run. I'm very happy with the pacing on this ride. I think this is one of my better paced hybrid coasters. I think it like keeps its speed pretty well through the end. I really like the layout, just how it's like pressed right up against this cliff here. But yeah, I'm very happy with how that one came out. And then moving on into the actual western section, we've got this little Ferris wheel here, and then the other train stop. So this train only has 2 stops, this one here and then back at the front. And then it just kind of goes around the perimeter. I thought about making a 3rd stop, but I got to a point where this park felt wow, I got so many notifications. Where this park felt pretty complete, so I didn't really see a need to do a 3rd train station. But coming over here, we've got this classic aero corkscrew coaster called Sidewinder that goes through this little western town over here. But we'll go ahead and hop on this. Who's messaging me? Hold on, I should probably take this person back. I should fast forward. We don't want to sit in train station for half a stream. So what I'll probably do is I'll probably do a park showcase until around 8, and then at 8 p.m. I want to see if we can start. I want to start a park. I already have an idea planned out for what I want to do with that. And we're going to see how far we can get into it, going as fast as I possibly can before we have to end stream. Nice steep dive through a church. Then a turn around over the water tower. We got our first inversion. Typical vertical loop. And then this I call this a lasso helix. It's pretty much just a like normal long helix, but it kind of looks like a lasso and it's in the western section, so we're running with it. And then, yeah, I kind of messed up the block zones with this ride. El Toro Ryan, don't be mad at me. We got this kind of long drawn out, and then a sharp bank turn right along the cliff into a corkscrew that I could have made a little less janky, but it's fine. Airtime hill into a cutback. And then a standard upward helix into the final brake run. Probably should have put like a little theming element in that helix, but it's fine. There's a tree there. So yeah, that's Sidewinder. And right across the midway from it, we've got Blue Striker right here. This classic GCI wooden coaster. And while the track may be a dark red, it's called Blue Striker because the actual train is blue. And having like a bluish coaster in this section of the park, I just feel like would look really gaudy. So we went with the more like dark crimson for the actual track itself. Uh-oh, I think it's auto-saving. We'll let it do that while we go up the lift hill. We got a twisted first drop, and then a low to the ground airtime hill. Nice sustained ejector there, and then some really sharp positives through that turnaround. More ejector airtime, then right into some more positives. This coaster really gets you going around, and then again I mess up the block zone, so we get stopped here. So we got our first drop, or a second drop out of the mid course. And then we got a low to the ground layout as we go around this little mountain here. Lots of airtime, lots of laterals. Airtime. A little bank turn over the top of the pathway. And a sharp turnaround into the final brake run. So short, but pretty sweet. I really like wooden roller coasters that go through the woods. So I'm very happy with how the layout of this one came out. Kind of going around the mountain here. I think it just adds like an interesting element. So it looks like all of the roller coaster is going to be over here. So you don't really even expect to go on this little scenic tour through the woods. But moving on from this coaster, we have over here on top of the mountain this B&M dive coaster called the Iron Giant. And a little cool feature about this is, as you can see here, it has a beyond vertical drop, which is very rare on a dive coaster. I can't remember what actual angle it is. I think I went with 95, if I remember correct. 95 degrees, but I may have like really pushed it and gone for like a Fahrenheit 98 kind of deal. But this one actually has a pretty interesting pre-lift, which is why I didn't just go ahead with the roller coaster that was already on top of the lift hill. But this one's way in the back of the park, so it takes a little while in the load unload. I need to set it to don't block stations, that way we don't have to worry about that, but it's not a big deal. So you got this little turn around the cliff, and then JoJo roll. I don't think there's ever been a JoJo roll on a dive coaster, so I will take full credit for that innovation there. I love a good dive coaster. I've only been on 2. I need to go on more. Got the classic let you think about your choices before it drops you. And down straight into an Immelman. Very typical on dive. And then over into this high off the ground helix there. Then directly into a 0G roll. And you got a little pop of airtime. And then a curve up into the mid-course brake run. And then we have a second vertical drop down into this little valley here where it does a vertical loop. And then a nice little wave turn here. And then one last little pop of airtime. A final helix over top the cliff edge and around that tree there. And then a little upwards glide into the final brake run. So, yeah, this probably is not my best dive coaster. I would need to think about which one's my best dive coaster, like which park that's in, but I'm pretty happy with it. And then last but not least in this park, we've got right over here, not Black Spruce Tree, Fire Mountain Rescue. I believe This would be a Intamin motorbike coaster. With a launched... It's technically a launch coaster, but it's more of like a launched lift hill and then a few boosters rather than like a launch, you know, if you know what I mean. You got this nice little weight here over top of the pathway, which makes for great visuals as you're coming down that bridge. And a little bit of a boost over top of this waterfall here. Then a steep dive and a turn underneath there, and this turn around right on the water, dive and pass into like a little double up and a turnaround there. Next you're over the second waterfall, and you got a little overbank. You dive down into this long tilted helix here before going into this 0G roll right next to this house with some head choppers. Then an airtime and turnaround into the mid-course brake run. You dive down and hit first mini booster here, which gets you around this turn. Then you got your second booster that gets you actually up to the top of the mountain. A little turn, then a dive into a sidewinder. And then through a cave. We got this bridge here and a heartline roll over the path. And a dive down with a little wave turn there. And then into the final brake run. And with that, that is this theme park. That is Mountain Lake, I believe is the name of this park, which I know is real creative, but give me a break. I was focusing more on the coasters and stuff. But yeah, considering I kind of like pushed through finishing this in like not a ton of time, I'm very happy with how this came out. I do need to save it because I was doing some work on it before you guys got here. Just bear with me while I do this. Yeah, over right Mountain Lake. Alright. So the next park I wanted to show off, there was a couple. We're not going to have time for all of them, unfortunately. But there was one more. I think we got time probably for one more before 8 o'clock. So I'll show off a little bit. I'll show off one with a different vibe. Or I'm trying to think of which one technically has cooler roller coasters. Okay, we'll do this one. This one's more complete. So this park is a winter, obviously, a winter themed park. Focusing more on like alpine sort of vibes, with a little bit of a Viking section, which is funny because I made the Viking section for this park before I knew that there was going to be a like dedicated Viking theme in the new one. So I'm very excited to make an actual Viking place or Viking park. I've actually been practicing some of my building techniques, so hopefully I'll be a lot better at it tomorrow night. But the plan for tomorrow, what we'll probably do is at least play the first scenario map, like the career map, just kind of get a vibe for how the game works, and then jump straight into sandbox. If you go to my Twitter page at the Sponge Master, I'm actually hosting a Twitter poll right now. I have 4 ideas for fun ideas for what we can theme our first park around. One of them will only be funny tomorrow night. So we'll probably switch to the other ones, but the other ones should be pretty fun. The other 3 are ones we can do tomorrow night as well as Friday. But enough about talking tomorrow. Let's talk today. This is Glacier Park. So this is another landscape that I downloaded from Steam, so I can't take credit for all these mountains and stuff. What I can take credit for is placement of all the items and, of course, the roller coasters. So we've got this nice entrance building right here, which is actually an entrance to these gondolas, which take you over the mountains to the other side of the park. But ignoring those for now, we come here down Main Street with some beautiful entry music as you go through here. We got a lot of shops, a lot of restaurants, a lot of rides. Over here you can see a nice candy cane colored coaster. Love to see it. And then coming over here, we start to enter the Viking zone. So we've got this boat entrance that I downloaded here. I also got some Viking music playing through these speakers. Earlier, not Viking music, at least kind of like fantasy sort of vibes. We got some shops over here. Beautiful views of the lake over as you go that way. And then here is a single rail coaster in this sort of Viking church thing. This is a restaurant, I believe. Yeah. Little eatery in here. And coming over here, you have our last Viking building, which is this drive tire launch coaster, the Bullet. I know that's not a very Viking themed name, but let me name my coasters what I want to name. And then we have a second Alpine Village to kind of match the one at the front of the park, with this nice arrow corkscrew coaster on this mountain, and then of course a big blue Giga here in the back. So going back to the front of the park, we'll start here. I think we'll start with this wooden coaster here first. So as you can tell, I really like the red color for these wooden coasters. I just think it looks really nice. So I went with a dark green for the actual trains for this one. But this one's called Pinewood Mountain. It has 2 lift hills and a lot of track. So very beast coated, I would say. It's very beast and red build. It's got nice bank turns, some laterals, got some good airtime coming over here. The dive underneath the tracks, and then some really tight twists and turnarounds low to the ground. I like low to the ground wooden coasters as well. I think it gives you a really good sense of speed. We got our first brake run and our second lift hill that actually goes over top of the gondola cars. Yo! What's up, JDM Blackout? It's the last time you have to look at this game. It is not the last time I will force you to look at the coasters I've built. So don't get too excited. Second half focuses mostly on airtime as you do this typical kind of camelback layout. Got this nice, almost overbank turn. Package some more airtime. And then a little bit of sideways laterals. And then more airtime. Dive back down. Some nice positives as you roll into the final brake run. And boom. That's how you build a wooden coaster, ladies and gentlemen. So that is Pinewood Mountain. I don't care that there's no entrance for Infinite 3. Go away. That was a coaster that was just building for fun. It has nothing to do with the park. So yeah, we got this twisty flat ride here. Where's the... Oh yeah, I did build this entrance sign. It's not the best, but I'm very proud of it. Look, I put these trees here and these rocks. I think it's very cute, if you ask me. But somewhere over here, there's a dive coaster. Where is it? There it is. This is Matterhorn, named obviously after the mountain, you know, because it's tall. And we'll set our lighting to 8 a.m. again, just so we can actually see. While this goes up the chain lift, I do want to show off this. This one also has a beyond vertical drop. But what's interesting, what's cool about this one is it's actually 92 degrees. And you can kind of tell it's sustained throughout most of the drop. So here's where it hits 92. And it stays like that all the way down here. So this one gives you some crazy negative G's on the first drop. Something not a lot of people have probably ever really experienced before. Ready? Ready? Here we go. And then obviously you can't have a dive coaster that doesn't go immediately into an Immelman. That's like the rule. That's the one rule with dive coasters. So you got this nice turnaround into like this inclined loop here. And then nice upwards into the mid-course. And then what's cool about this second drop, when we actually get to it, is it actually dives down through the helix of this launch coaster that we'll be riding later. Dive underground. Oh no, you can't see. Where are we going? It's another Immelman, obviously. And then it weaves through the launch coaster track. And then one last little airtime moment as it dives down into the final brake run. And that is the Matterhorn. Speaking of launch coasters, oh, it's about to go. We'll pause it. We have this bad boy right here called Arctic Thunder. This one is a crazy ride. So you guys are set your expectations insanely high, gamers. This ride is the most crazy thing you'll ever see in your lives. I can guarantee it. So put those expectations way up. Gotta launch right into a helix inspired by the Italian job at King's Dominion. I know that's not what it's called, but that's what I've always called it because I can never remember what they changed it to. Then a little boost into an overbank turn, give you some good lateral floating there. Then nice airtime hill. There's some more airtime as you come into the ice cave. Ooh. So you come into the ice cave, and you wait, and then it launches you up, straight up, into this heartline roll, into like this downward sort of snake dive thing, all the way down into this crazy airtime hill, sustained ejector, and then obviously right into some nice positives over the lake, up to this 0G stall, and then a Immelman into the mid-course brake run. A little JoJo roll into a dive, into like a half corkscrew. Oh, it's auto-saving. Hold on, let me pause it while I scratch my back. Corkscrew into a barrel roll. It dives back down to lake level. Airtime switchback, airtime hill. And a little helix over the pathway. And back into the final brake run. And there you have it. That is Arctic Thunder. So moving on, that's all the roller coasters in this first section of the park. So moving on into the second section, we have this Viking section. And our first ride here is this RMC single rail coaster called Mjolnir. So we'll go ahead and hop. Oh, spoilers. Going to hop into this. Fast forward until people actually hop on. And then I won't I'm gonna stop narrating the coasters and just let you guys enjoy it, because my mouth's getting really dry and we still have like a whole hour left. I will say this is one of my cooler first drops, for sure. Barrel roll dive. And then through a building, head choppers. Gotta add some theming to the coaster itself. A little horseshoe roll. Overbanked around this old church. A little double down. And wha-bam. Back into the station. Ladies and gentlemen, Mjolnir. Thank you. Thank you. Moving on from Mjolnir, we have over here this launch or a drive tire launch coaster called Bullet. I know that's not very Norse, but at me. This one heavily inspired by Bullet in China. I can't remember what park it's actually at. Dive underneath the path. And then zero-G roll. I'm actually very happy with how smooth this ride came out. I feel like all the elements and all of the transitions are pretty solid. Another ride that I challenged myself to only have one launch. And boom, back in the station, just like that. And those are the two coasters in the Viking section. And with that, we move on into the final section of the park, which is this last little alpine village here along this little river inlet here. So we'll start with this arrow corkscrew coaster called, very creatively, Mountain Coaster. Thank you, thank you. I will accept my naming awards via my P.O. box. Again, it's in the back of the park, so not a lot of people are here to ride it. A drop heavily inspired by Drachenfire at Busch Gardens Williamsburg, or formerly at Busch Gardens Williamsburg. And once again, using the terrain where I can. And yeah, I think we get stuck here just because nobody wants to ride this. Because it's way in the back of the park. Don't you just love being trapped on the mid-course? It's a feature, not a bug. Just letting you catch your breath for the insanely intense second half here. And this just circles back into the station. So that is Mountain Coaster. And then last but not least for this park, we have this big, beautiful Giga here in the back. Aptly named Icebreaker. Oops, spoilers. Here we go. This one gives you excellent views of the park from what I remember. As you come up here, you can see pretty much all the roller coasters in the park. It's like one of the few spots where you can. Look. All the way over there, that tiny wooden coaster. Sideways action. Big twist. And overbank next to the gondolas. This one's a really long first half. I forgot how long the first... I was like, did I put a mid-course in this? Clearly I did. And I'm pretty sure I kept the second half low to the ground, focused more on positive G's. Nice little twists along the river here. Woo! And then final helix. And there we go. And that is the final coaster. And look, 7:52. I said 8 is when I wanted to start the next segment, but I guess I will show it's not anywhere near complete, but I've been working on this coaster where I just wanted to make a coaster that made use of like all of this space that I have back here. So I just went crazy with it. So we'll go ahead and check this out before we dip, since we have 7 minutes. So this one's a motorbike coaster, a little launch. Pretty chill first segment here. You know, lots of twists back and forth. Very Hagrid's motorbike coded. We'll let it auto-save so we can have our frame rate back. There we go. We got a big little helix. It's all chill, all fun. And then you come and you see this big straightaway section. You're like, wow. I wonder what this does. Well, what it does is it launches you to 140 miles an hour. I put it at max speed. You zoom through this cave, and you emerge in the back of the park, in the wilderness. And then you completely lose sight of the fact that you're in a theme park. I had originally planned to finish this coaster and open it, so there's a lot of block zones, because I knew with how long it was, it would need a high capacity. Big helix around this lake. Then lots of collisions with trees. Have here a little bit of boost. You are on a motorcycle after all. You can use your accelerator. Another block zone. Then I'll launch into a big downward section. And then I think it just goes off a cliff. Yeah, it goes off a cliff. And that's Infinite 3. So there you have it. That is Glacier. And with that out of the way, we will exit to main menu. And we're going to try to see how complete we can make, how fast we can make a theme park. We got about an hour left in stream. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into career mode. We are going to go to park number 1. The very first career park in Planet Coaster, which is here, Pirate Battle. And what we're going to do is we're going to open as Sandbox. And we'll just name it Final Battle. And we'll start new. And we're going to try to speedrun. We'll already have, like, kind of most of the infrastructure set up with this being a career park. So really it's just going to be about adding shops, coasters, and rides. And just seeing how fast we can do all that. While it loads up, I am going to go... Oh, well, it's already loaded. I'm going to hit pause. I'm going to go to the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back. Alright, gamers. Put an hour on the clock. Put an hour on the clock. We're going to change the stream title so people know what we're doing. Alright. Let's get to it. First thing we're going to do. Frontier, all due respect. I hate this wooden coaster. We're not going to delete it. We're going to RMC it. We're going to keep the layout generally the same. We'll use this, and we're just going to RMC it. So the first thing we're going to want to do is, first and foremost, we need to grab this, close it. We got to delete the station. Okay. Then we go to coasters, grab the hybrid Malice Unchained. I think it's, what's it colliding with? Is it too low to the ground, maybe? Oh, wait, do I... Hold on. Settings. Game. Table, yeah, that's all on. Staff management features. Disable track limits, apply. Okay. Maybe it's too low. Why won't this let me build? I bet it's this path. I bet it's this. I almost guarantee it's that. Okay. So just no. What's it colliding with? Okay, I guess we have to do this. Okay, now we'll definitely be able to do it. Okay, this is taking... We've wasted so much time doing this, but it's okay. Now we actually have an hour. Perfect. Okay, so just like that. Auto tunnel off. So we're gonna make the lift hill steeper to try to get some more height on this thing, because that's something 1000% that RMC would do. So we come up here. Nice. So now we are at like a nice 170. We dive down here. Okay, so we're gonna need to end up more over here. So we'll come down like that. And then just like this. 45, and it needs to be like that. We'll come like this. I think I'm gonna alter it a bit. Okay, we need to start the test so we can make sure that our G's are okay. So if we come up like this. Maybe like that. Okay, and then we need to go just like this. Okay, where are the G's? Where are the G's? Okay, we're fine. We're fine. I have no idea if this is gonna work. Then we'll come down like this. Don't worry about all the people dying back there. We don't need them to come back. They'll find their way back to the path. It shouldn't be that hard. Okay. Okay, yeah, the laterals on that are way too crazy. I think going into a curve is not the right move. I think we need to keep this straight on. Just like this. We can fix the terrain. Okay, so now we're over here. We need to get over there. So if we come up like this. .45 up like this. this. And we're going to try to do like a little outer bank here. And just like a dive. Okay, I have an idea for what. So I think what I'm going to do is have it kind of like turn down around here and then 0G stall it underneath here and then turn back and then dive probably like a barrel roll here. Because, oops. She'll be fine. See, she knows how to swim. It's okay. We have really good lawyers. We don't have to worry about it. Okay, we're kind of going in the wrong way a bit, so we need to come like... Okay. Three. Then boom, boom, boom. And then okay, it needs to be more like just like that. Then we need this to be straight as an anchor piece. How are we doing? How are we doing? Okay, much better on the G's. We need this to come down. Just like that. I think that should be good with the speed. Yeah. And then it needs to come back down this way. So I think more like this. Just like this. Like this. I think that should be enough clearance. Yeah, and then up. And then we'll probably do a wave turn to get back in that direction. 36. This. More like, there we go. Nice. Looks like a pretty good wave turn so far. Yeah. It's just like... Okay. So I think we should have enough room for one last barrel roll. And then a curve up around here. So we'll go down there. Hopefully the G's aren't too crazy, because I don't think we'll be able to make it smaller than this. We'll definitely have to raise that skull rock. Okay, lateral's not too crazy. Boom. Boom. I'm kind of making it up as I go along at this point, to be completely honest. But I think this should be good. Okay, we finished it in 10 minutes or 11 minutes thereabouts. So, not too bad, not too bad. And then block. Just like this. Everybody's just getting... It's fine. I'm sorry, people. They'll be okay. There we go. Okay. And now we can delete this bad boy. And that is the wooden coaster RMC. We will have to go through and smooth it. I'm not going to go too crazy with it because we're not going to have like a ton of time. I'll probably just do like one back and forth pass. If that. But it's definitely going to need some work. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is probably just going to need one pass through. Boom. Boom. Okay, and then just like that. Smoothing out this transition here. Just replace it. Boom. Alright, that should be good. This needs some work. And then obviously this. Then boom, we just gotta go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, and then back through. Okay, and then Cool. So we got that, and then we just gotta do this side. And then I already saw by the G-forces that that tunnel segment's gonna need some work. But I think we should be able to finish this by 8:20. And then we gotta speed run putting down buildings. We need a lot of infrastructure in this park. Okay. We just need to get this good enough. We just gotta replace all these. Shit. I'm going too fast. And then we'll have to move this rock and then move some trees. But need to okay. We needed to do that because the G-forces through here are way too high, so we needed to widen this turnout quite a bit. But climb back through here should fix all the jank. Okay, cool. It doesn't hit 5 now. That's all I wanted. Okay. Boom. Boom. Then. Boom. Okay. I'm happy with that. Now we need to speed run the landscaping. Pull this back. Pull this up. Then come back over here. That tree should actually be fine. All of that should be fine. That should be fine. This is where it needs to change. So move you here. You here, you here, and you here. Then terrain, push. Put it here. Okay, boom. And that is this roller coaster RMC. Block section it. 3 trains, test, look. That only took 20 minutes. I think we'll have time to put down a bunch of buildings, some restaurants, and then have time for one more coaster. We'll have to be a little bit quicker. And who cares about that tree there? A little bit of an outer bank. Dive down here. 0G stall. Wave turn. Down through here. Boom. Short, sweet, and to the point. Just the way I like my RMCs. So now we place entrance here and the exit here. And then we do a lot of this because we're going to need this queue to be way longer. Boom. Make it short. No, now's not a good time to be auto-saving. I need to do this quick. I am the only American streaming games right now. You're correct. Drinking Commoners. Commoners coffee right now. It's the spot. Nice. Yeah, I was thinking about going and getting Wendy's for dinner before I can... just in case I'm not able to afford it anymore. Alright. Boom. Shit. What is... Oh, wait. If I do flatten terrain... Yes. Then turn that shit off. Come right along here. Boom. And open. And... Oh, look, it's all in the green. Open. Perfect. Buildings. Shops and facilities. I know I have a bunch of stuff downloaded. This is my time to shine. So we'll come over here. We'll add to this part. Go ahead and add this burger shop here. And then... That's a first aid. We'll do a shipwreck section. Here, that's what we'll do. And that will also, like, be how we fill out most of this park. Build. Just build a lake. Just kind of push it around here. Build, like, a pirate cove. I know we have that lake there. We'll do that, and then fill it up with water. Boom. Scenery. Blueprints. Tropical forest bush. We'll just kind of throw this around to kind of cover up some of the empty spots. Oh, that's like... I don't know what this is. That's like a ride skin or something. Throw this over here. And we'll build a roller coaster that goes through that. Look at this tropical chair swing. We're going to need more flat rides. So we'll throw this down right here. Boom. Terrain. Flatten. Just do this real quick. Bam. Paths. Boom. And then boom. Open. Easy. And then shops and facilities. Pirate building. Is there any shops in here? No. We've got pirate ATM. This will probably be useful to have. Oh, this will fit perfectly over here. Just do this, then delete, 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 delete. Perfect. And then now we gotta do, what else we got here? What are, okay, we'll do a little shipwreck cove right over here. We got that. Sure, we can throw that here. We'll do something with it. And just like this. And then paths. We're gonna need wood. So we'll do this. Select grid. Just click, click, click. Just click through, click through, click through, click through. And then deselect grid. Why? Boom. Nature. Cool. Okay. And then boom. Now we just need to connect all of these. That's close. Okay. Cool. So now we have shops, facilities, and a bunch of other stuff. We'll need to, they'll probably want benches. Here, we'll do this. We'll add an info booth right here. Get rid of this. We go to castle. I think it's, what is it? Line sandstone. Sandstone. Sand. Where's the boom? Just delete that and delete that. We go into shops and facilities, and we're gonna add a information booth. Boom. And then we're gonna add Churria del Sol, and then Pip Shot Water. What? Oh. Okay. That didn't set us back too far. Pip Shot Water. Easy. And just like that, we have more facilities. So now we need to build a coaster station, and we're going to build another roller coaster. I think we're going to do something fairly simple. Pirate station. Perfect. We can just throw this right here. And we'll have the queue go through like this area here. It'll be a great use of space for that. What we'll do is have this up here. Where's the full sandstone wall? Here we go. Drop it down. And then we're just going to do this to connect it to the ground. That way it doesn't seem super strange. And we'll move that, don't worry. How much time? Okay, 8:31. Cool. We're making really good time. We've done a lot to this park so far. And this coaster, I already have a decent idea for the layout, and I think it's going to be pretty simple. Okay. So we're going to go to coasters. And we're going to take... Where is it? We're going to do a water coaster. Here we go. Mainly because I think this will be pretty easy to do well. Because we already have so much theming elements in that main cove. So what I'm thinking is... It's a simple lift hill back into the station. And we just have it kind of do its coaster thing over here, drop into the cove, go around, back through here. I think it will be fairly straightforward. Fingers crossed. And that'll be the... Actually, no, we don't want that. Okay. Boom. All right. So we'll start off with an immediate drop out of the station. This will be one of the few water coasters with a pre-lift. And then a... kind of like this. Just down like this. And straighten it out. Boom. Then give it a quick pass through. Boom. And then incline. Okay, so we're going to have it come down like this. Okay. Then up like this. We want to keep the curve kind of the same. We'll have it come down like this. Do I want to have it come down and do its splash here? Or do I want to have it come around? I know what I want it to do. Have it come up like this. Come down like this. Bam. Yes. I think the G's should be good for this. Yeah. Come on. Shit. Come up like this. Just like that. Okay, let's fast forward just so we can see what the G's are like. Okay. It's just like this. Alright, my plan is to be done with this by 8:45. You got too many streams. Dude, I need to get better at reading my chat. Because it's not showing up on my second monitor for some reason. So it's only down here on my iPad, which is like very there it is. Alright. Now I should be able... Let me pop this out. Now I should be able to actually see what's going on there. Okay. There we go. That was a while ago. I'm sorry, gamer. I'm like so focused on trying to get this done in a decent amount of time. So we'll do this. You have less streams now? Well, that's good. Okay. Boom. Okay. Yeah. Perfect. Okay, we need it to be a little bit longer. Just a little bit longer. Just a little, just like one more. Perfect. Perfect. Look at that, baby. Oh, that's perfect. And we'll make it a cool pirate themed color. And now we just have it splash. And splash down and... we have to auto tunnel through here, unfortunately. Okay, and then it comes through here. We can have a little bit of fun with it. One last little dive around. Okay, we have 5 minutes to finish this coaster. Luckily, we don't really need to do much in terms of theming. We're not going to do that. Boom, boom. There we go. There we go. Okay. So we got this smoothing going on. You're good at just listening to people? That's not true, dude. I hate to break it to you. As someone who's had many conversations with you, you are not good at just listening to people. Perfect. Okay, so now we make it different colors. And then maybe like a... Need to go to the color wheel for this. There we go. Last voyage. How excited am I for tomorrow? Dude, I haven't been this excited for a video game release since Cyberpunk and Starfield. Third time's the charm. So let's hope this one works out. But no, I'm very, very excited. I'm very mad that I have to work tomorrow. And I have to work Thursday, but it's fine. We'll be able to maximize the time we have with it on Friday and over the weekend. So that's what I'm really looking forward to. Cyberpunk is good. Cyberpunk was not good. Cyberpunk now is one of my favorite games. Cyberpunk, when it came out and when I was excited for it, I still loved it, but it took a little while to find. It was like Parks and Recreation, you know? It took a little while for it to find its footing. I also took off work to play. I took off work to play both of those games. But it is what it is. Let's go ahead and test this baby out. Cool, and we'll speed run through the lift hills just because we're on a time crunch. Go, 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 go. Alright, and then lift. Okay, we'll need to get rid of that tree. Nice airtime. Nice airtime. We need to get rid of some of those trees. Perfect. And we got this nice glide through all of this. Yeah, and then it just does that. And while we wait for it to get back, we'll go ahead and we need to edit. We need to delete this. And we'll go ahead and move these trees. This one needs to be moved here. This one needs to be moved here. And this one needs to be moved here. And this one needs to be moved here. And then that should be good. This one needs to be moved here. This one here. And then terrain. Get this little push. This needs to be moved here. And you just need to be slid there. Alright. And then everything else should be good. Uh-oh. We made an oopsie. Okay. It's fine. It's not a big deal. We just do this. Okay. And we'll let it test while we build the entrance and exit. Uh-oh. I should have fixed this earlier. I should have noticed this. Okay, it's fine. Boom. Boom. Place entrance here. Place exit here. And then the exit's gonna come. It's not the most elegant pathing I've ever done. That's not gonna work. That needs to start coming down here. Oh, perfect. Okay, cool. Then the queue. Damn. Okay, boom, boom, boom. Yeah. What? Obstructed by what? Okay, I guess those hit boxes for those ATMs are just crazy big. Okay, this queue is not nearly long enough. So what we're gonna do is this. Boom. Okay, now we just need to fast forward, wait for it to come back. It goes around. Okay. Open. That's 2 coasters. I think we can do a third. I think we can do a third. 10-minute coaster. We can do a 10-minute coaster. Perfect. This one's perfect. Okay. Because look, we can have it like right. Sure. That works for me. So what we're going to do is, since we don't have a ton of time left, we're going to have to pick a coaster we can do a simple layout with. Sorry, I just saw your message, nothing. Yeah, I'm excited for the new graphics. I'm excited for the new, like, lighting engine, because I've been I really want to do a indoor park, and so the having that lighting engine would be uber cool. Oh, I had it right the first time. Okay. So, boom. We'll do like this. Boom. 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 I am making this layout up as I go along completely. Backwards. Okay. Okay. No, now's not a good time to be auto-saving game. Come on. Okay. Okay, now we got that. Start test. I'm almost certain that the G-forces on this turnaround are going to be way too high. We'll see. Okay, the G-forces on this are way too high. We'll make the backwards 40. Okay. Fast forward. Start test. What's wrong? Okay, nothing too bad. Damn it. I need to do the thing. Shuttle launch. Okay. Boom. 1, 2, 3. Okay, perfect. Okay. Just like that. Okay, this is much better. I could see by the G-forces. Okay, technically we have 7 minutes left in stream. We're gonna finish this for sure. For sure we're finishing this. Okay, so 49, so it needs to be 26. Just like that. Then loops. We're gonna do a vertical loop left. Wait, no, that's a clothoid. We want vertical. Okay, whoa. No. No. Vertical loop left. Way bigger. Way bigger. And then we'll do a wave turn. Okay, and we'll watch it go through the loop as we do this. It's still way too fast through that loop. "104-foot loops, not bad. That's pretty good." Boom. Okay, come on. G's are definitely going to be way too crazy on that. Yeah, okay. So 29. So 19. I wanted to include a 0G stall, but fact of the matter is we do not have enough time to incorporate that. That's a bit of a problem, so we're gonna fix it. Based. Okay. Normally I would add theming to that, but we don't have time. We're just gonna boom, 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 boom. They come back over here, smoothing all this out. Okay, we're gonna be a little bit over our 1 hour goal, but customize, make the track, make it orange, and then make the car. Turn this into orange, and the blue into red. Okay. And then powder keg. Boom. Let it test. Go here. Place entrance. Down here. Place the exit here. Paths. Boom. 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 And we'll move this hut. Okay. And then paths. Q, 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 Q. Go here, boom, boom. Boom. All right, let's ride this, see how it came out. Boom. Vertical loop. And then we go backwards. Back over the wave turn. Back through the loop. And then back over the turn. Cool. I'm calling that open. Bam. And just like that, in 1 hour, we built a little mini theme park. I mean, granted, we had a lot of help with the theming from Frontier, but I feel pretty good with what we've been able to accomplish in this last hour. We RMC'd the wooden coaster that was here. We built this nice little water coaster all around this area. And we built this Vekoma launch boomerang. So I'm going to call that a success. We will save this as final battle. New park save, final battle, save. And on that note, it is sad, with great sadness, but great excitement, that I say that is the last time we'll be playing, or I'll be playing Planet Coaster, probably ever. So yeah, I've really enjoyed my time with Planet Coaster, but I could not be more excited for the second one. Speaking of, we will be live tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern Time to play some Planet Coaster 2. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to start off by doing a career park run through just to get a feel for how the game works, and then jump right into sandbox mode. I have a poll on my Twitter at the Sponge where you can vote on what the theme of our first sandbox park will be. And then we're just going to have a Planet Coaster 2 packed week with more streams on Friday and Sunday, both at 7 o'clock as well. So I hope you guys stick around. Thank you guys so much for watching, for hanging out. And I hope you guys have a great week. And if you're American, big L, it's going to be fine. Regardless of what happens, I'm sure we'll all be okay. And we'll be playing Planet Coaster regardless. So I hope to see you all there. And as always, stay sponge gamers.